Hey, I'm Shy Fox, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to get your Clip Studio Paint to run smoother, or what you can do if Clip Studio Paint is lagging for you, whether that's lagging when you're drawing or just overall running slow and performing slow. So let's see what we can do. This is both for PC and iPad users, and I scoured the internet for all the information I could find on the topic, and even gone into Reddit and some of the oddball solutions for people. So let's go through the list. Subscribe if you want to see more Clip Studio Paint tutorials from me, like this one, and perhaps even some digital art tutorials. So the first thing we're going to look at is the RAM for your device. When you're using and drawing on an app like Clip Studio Paint or your iPad, RAM is your random access memory, and it acts like your device's short-term memory. So it temporarily holds all the information your iPad needs to access quickly, like your canvas, your layers, your brushes, your undo history, and all your active apps running in the background. So if your iPad doesn't have enough RAM available, it struggles to then keep it running smoothly and therefore lags. So one of the first things we want to think about when we are looking at our programs underperforming, lagging, that kind of thing, is noting what kind of RAM you have. So we're talking about the hardware of your computer, what specs are actually in your computer or your iPad. And if your RAM is on the low side, then you may face more problems, like if it's an older iPad or your computer is kind of older. So 8 gigabytes of RAM would be okay. 16 would be far more ideal. But if you have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, that should be enough. So then we can move on to some of these other steps. If you have less than 8 gigabytes, you might want to start questioning if your hardware in your computer or devices is too old. Hopefully that's not going to be the issue, because that's going to be our most expensive thing to fix, because we're talking about buying something new. So let's not think about that right now. Let's move on. So the second thing, we're going to close some background apps. This would free up that memory, directly related to RAM, which we talked about just now, random access memory. Okay, so we want to close some background apps. All right, we're going to open our task manager, and then here are the processes my computer's currently running. We see things like Clip Studio Paint, Discord. I don't have a lot of things open right now, but there are all these like random background stuff. I haven't looked at this in a while. There could be, I don't know, scary things here. I don't know. But if there's stuff you don't need, you could close it and make sure that you don't have all this stuff coming up. You do need to be careful and not just start closing stuff if you don't know what they are. Some processes are necessary to like run your computer. So you're going to have to maybe do a little digging into what you can eliminate and like what you don't want to eliminate. If you do want to eliminate it, you would just go like click and then end task in the corner. So at the moment, you can see my CPU is only at 13%. So it's running really well, and clearly isn't a problem right now. You might see this like skyrocket and your memory skyrocket if you're facing some of these issues. Something that can happen is like having a Windows update that's trying to happen and it's like stuck. That's not uncommon. That's heard of. And then looking into that to see if you can get that update to happen so that it's no longer bogging down your CPU. And that may be something you want to fix, as well as which programs load automatically upon your computer startup. You might want to like get rid of a bunch that you don't need starting up. We don't necessarily need Steam if you're not using it like every time you get on the computer. Another thing worth always trying is restarting your device, PC or iPad, just giving it a restart. On the iPad, you're going to want to check and see if you have like a whole bunch of programs open, and that's easy enough to do by swiping up and swiping away your programs. It's worth looking into seeing if your PC has any important updates that it might need, like a NVIDIA GeForce like driver needing to be updated, AMD Adrenalin, or like a Windows update, and then update those tablet drivers that you're using for your painting, your drawing. And if you've recently done an update to like your tablet drivers and then started having trouble, you can always look into reverting back to the previous version of the drivers, because occasionally that's a problem. And then for the iPad, you are going to want to head over to the Play Store and see if you have an update there. You just look up the app And if it says open, it's up to date. And if it says there's an update needed, obviously you can update it. We also want to make sure our iPad is on the latest OS version. So you can go into your settings, you can go into general. We're on general now. And then we want to go check if there's a software update. Do I have one? So far, oh, okay, I have automatic updates on. Perfect. It's time to start looking into freeing up some storage on your computer or your iPad. If your iPad storage is getting full, the performance will drop, of course. Same with your PC. You want to check those disk drives. So on PC, let's go looking. So open up your File Explorer, and then if you click on your PC, my C drive is looking a little full, so I should probably do some cleaning up, deleting some files I don't need. And again, with caution, right? We don't want to randomly start deleting. Your computer needs certain kinds of files. Maybe you have large video files and things like that. If you want to, divvy up sort of, I have extra hard drives here, so I could be moving some stuff onto this like G drive that I had installed. Another driver installed so that I could, have more files on the computer. So you could look into getting more, storage for your computer. Let's check our storage on the iPad. So under general again, we have iPad storage, and we can see how much of the space is used. I have 104 gigabytes out of my 256 used. And then of course it breaks down what's getting used where. So you might want to clean that up. Take some files off if you need them, whatever you got to do to make room on your iPad. One little extra tip related to this is when you're saving your artworks on the iPad is to make sure you're saving them directly onto your device and not saving them into a cloud system. That can actually bog things down. You could take that tip onto the PC as well, but I saw that mostly in relation to your iPad. So if that makes sense, instead of saving it on a cloud, save it onto your device, and then you can always put files later onto your cloud. Okay, next thing to try, we want to look at conflicting devices. This was a big one on Reddit that, people talked about having some success with. So we want to check for conflicts. And what I found was that, for example, if you had an Xbox game controller driver installed on your computer, you would then try uninstalling it as it can interfere with Clip Studio Paint. So specifically the Xbox game controller driver could be a problem. So if you have that, look into it. That was something that helped a lot of people. The advice on Reddit was if you open your task manager and close xboxstat.exe, the issue will stop. It's a conflict between the drivers for controllers and the software. That would be the Clip Studio Paint software. Let's actually dive into Clip Studio Paint now and see what things inside of Clip Studio Paint we can actually fix. We can adjust some settings to improve performance. In preferences, we then go to performance. We can look at each of the items in here to see how they're set. My virtual memory path is set to C. And for me, if you remember, my C drive was actually pretty bogged down. I might actually want to change this. That would be smart. So yeah, get your virtual memory on a disk that has some space. One thing you can do is increase the allocate to application to 80%. That seems to be a magic number if you're wanting to try and improve it. 70 is the default, but you can always increase it a bit. So you could try 80%. There's also the number of undo levels. That's literally the number of times you can hit undo. Mine is set to 200 right now. That's actually pretty high. You could decrease it to 100. The disadvantage, of course, being that you can only undo 100 times. So you could reduce it and it would literally save on memory because it's remembering the things it has to undo. Under our preferences, we can also go to tablet. And at the very bottom, you can also change to prefer speed or prefer quality for tablet settings. I think this is another one that you could just experiment with, but the advice is to change it to speed over quality if you want to make it run better, run smoother. Under preferences, we're also going to look at cursor, and we're going to make sure that the delay for the stabilization is off. So let's have a look right here. Delay for stabilization? No delay. So let's change it to no delay. The other one in here to change is actually changing this one to dot. Additional display when brush size cursor is small. Change it to dot. This supposedly can help too. You're going to be able to change all these things on your iPad as well. Click the Clip Studio Paint button and you will find preferences right here. So let's open those. So we have the Performance tab. Can make some changes there. You don't have to worry about a tablet menu on your iPad, so don't worry about that. There is a cursor tab though, and you can make those changes here, and I already have dot and no delay on my iPad. One of the things we do need to consider as well is the size of canvas that you're using and the resolution of that canvas. Very, very large canvases, like anything over 5,000 by 5,000 pixels, with a high DPI, like 600 and above, can really cause some lag. So if you are maybe facing lag, it literally could just be because you're trying to draw on a canvas that's way too big. 300 DPI is probably the maximum DPI you're gonna need for almost any project that you're gonna need to do. So don't have ridiculously high DPIs. 300 should be good. And if you're doing much over 5,000 by 5,000 pixels, it's getting really large. The next thing we're going to look at is your brush settings. I noticed that when I have a gigantic brush size, that can really slow things down depending on the brush you have. A brush that's like a more complicated brush might actually not even be able to draw for you very well if it's too big. So again, this kind of goes hand in hand with the large canvas size thing. If your canvas size is really large, you might also find yourself increasing the sizes of your brushes, and with those being very big as well as the canvas size being big, that can make things run slowly. There is also literally a setting in each of your brushes that has a stabilizer. It may not be showing. It is for this one, stabilization, under your tool properties. Got my lighter pencil selected. Tool properties. If your stabilization setting isn't showing, you can click on the little wrench in the bottom right of your tool property palette. Open it, and then you're going to look for stabilization here on the side and make sure it is on. So where is it? It's probably under correction. Yes. So go to correction, stabilization, and turn the eyeball on so that you can see it, and then we can adjust the setting for this. It goes up to 100, at least it should. You can manually type this in. Let's try 50 and see if we like how it feels. But if you've set it too high, it can feel like your pen is lagging. There is a balance, right? Because if it's super low, you'll get your shaky lines. Like I can't draw a straight line and have it actually look straight. So the stabilization tool is actually one of my favorite tools to use. So you just got to be aware of how you're using it. Set too high, might feel laggy. Set too low, pen might be a little shaky. Another problem that can happen while you're painting is you have too many layers. Having too many layers means there's a lot for the program to remember about each individual layer. So you could actually reduce the number of layers you have, start merging them together. Something that can also happen is that the settings of your Clip Studio Paint get corrupted. So you could reset your Clip Studio Paint settings back to default settings and see if that makes it run better. Similarly, you can also uninstall and reinstall Clip Studio Paint. But if you're going to do that, you may want to consider backing up your settings of your Clip Studio Paint so that when you get it, either reinstall it or you reset it back to defaults, you might want to get those back. If that doesn't end up being the solution or something, you might want those back. So you can back them up. And I did a video specifically on resetting back to defaults and also on backing up those Clip Studio Paint settings. Those are also just good things to be aware about. So I will have links to those in the description. That's a little more complicated, so I'm not going to show you the step-by-step for those. But if you suspect that, you can look into it. But generally just, resetting back to defaults or doing an uninstall and reinstall of Clip Studio Paint to see if that helps. Another overlooked thing that could be happening is whether your computer has full power. Like if you're working on a laptop, is your laptop working in power saving mode, right? So maybe plug it in and see if that helps. If your tablet is lagging, you can also just try a different USB port for your tablet. Unplug it from the one it's in, and generally plugging it directly into your computer box is better than like an extension, like a USB extension or something. So yeah, if you can plug it into the back of your PC, that's usually like the ideal place. And then if none of this is working, it's maybe time to consider if your device needs an upgrade. Do you need to get more RAM? Do you need 16 gigabytes of RAM? Do you need more driver storage space for all the files that you have? A solid state drive is also better than, not having one of those. Those are more efficient. You could always get a newer iPad. Now, this probably isn't like the best advice. Obviously, you want to like exhaust everything else before considering anything new or upgrading your specs. This is really just like a last resort, but hey, that is something I feel I should mention regardless. Okay, so that was the tutorial, and perhaps I haven't named everything you can do to troubleshoot. So please comment if things, you tried things that worked for you, or you just have other suggestions, so we can get more ideas outside of the ones I provided. Often in my troubleshooting type videos, the comment sections are like a gold mine of other ideas, right? Because I can't have all the ideas, right? You guys have lots of good ideas. And if anything I did mention worked, that would also be really good to know in the comments. So please like and subscribe if this was helpful to you, and I'll see you in another tutorial. Have a good one.